Magandang hapon po sa inyo and welcome to the second part of the Southeast Asian Youth Fest, Youth Voices for a Food Secure Future, Perspectives from Southeast Asia. So I am being joined by selected friends from all around Laguna, from Los Baños and from San Pablo City and Calamba, no? For this afternoon session. We would like to have all of you here, but our protocols prohibit us, so at least we'll get in touch via our streaming channels on Facebook and Zoom. So before we begin this afternoon session, I'll just like to have a quick roll call of those who are with us this afternoon, starting with, it's not moving. We have different schools with us. Starting with Letran Calamba, please stand up to be recognized and let's clap our hands for them. Hello and welcome. We also have friends from San Pablo Colleges. Hello. And from Trace College here in Los Baños. Hello, good afternoon, thank you. From LSPU, Laguna State Polytechnic University Los Baños campus, and from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Hello. There. It's nice to see all of you face to face as the restrictions of the pandemic are slowly being relaxed, but please don't forget to still practice the basic or the minimum health and safety protocol. So because we don't want any one of us to get sick. As mentioned, this is a continuation of this morning's Southeast Asian Youth Fest. And this afternoon, we'll have 3 specific sessions. First would be the food and nutri lectures, which we'll do here. And the next one is the Cook It Challenge, which will be downstairs, and as well as the Seeing Seafood. So a lot of food talk for us this afternoon. So if you are joining us via Facebook stream or here, please don't forget to use the hashtags #SYF2022 and #Y4Agri. You can also like and follow our pages on these social media channels. So without further ado, we will start with the first lecture. So together with Kids Who Farm, participants will be introduced to alternative ways of producing food, particularly through hydroponics, container gardening, and others. Let us welcome the father-daughter tandem from the beautiful city of Zamboanga. They are the co-founders of Kids Who Farm. Let us clap our hands for Monsi and Raina Hinay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you. It's a live show.
Okay. begin. Okay. Farming for the future, building next generation of food producers. Oh, okay. Okay, salam. I am Raina Pihinay, 12 years old, and I am the co-founder of Kitsu Farm, an advocacy initiative that aims to educate the youth on food and farming. Okay. 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 Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry for the awkward silence. I'm just trying to recall. Okay. Kitsu Farm is an advocacy. Wait, Kitsu Farm is Zamboanga city-based. Wait. Zamboanga city-based. Sorry. Zamboanga city-based. You read me. Sorry. So sorry. Okay. So, Kitsu Farm is a Zamboanga city-based advocacy initiative that aims to educate the youth on food and farming. Next slide. Okay. Okay. Kids Who Farms team consists of like-minded youth leaders that have a goal that have a go that have their own goals, but um, wait, sorry, but sorry. Okay, like-minded youth leaders that aim for a better future for the youth and just everyone. Our mission is to teach the youth how to farm. Um, because the farmers will not grow any younger. Since the farmers are already old, or farmers are already old, and if there are no farmers, who produce food for us? Well, us obviously. So we aim to teach we aim to teach youth about food and farming. Our goal is to inspire future farmers through well through okay through fun and learning. Fun is an essential thing. Fun is an essential element if you're going to teach. As if you're not because if it's not fun, then obviously you won't be interested. Okay. One of our projects is creating community gardens in each barangays. For so far, we have taught over 27 barangays on how to grow their own food, and they have their own gardens now. Okay. So far, we've received the help of partners. Thanks to these partners, we were able to reach out to many more communities. Without these partners, we couldn't have got this far. So. work. Oh yeah, it's 38, not it's 38, not 27 years old. Okay, so far we have 38 community and school microphones created, 38 microphone locations and of course 35 active community partners and 1 million pesos savings mobilized for the hyperlocal capital. 100 active youth volunteers and 6,000 people trained on urban agriculture. 6,000. Okay. So since we build community farms in barangays, we have this thing called garden attack where we bunch up we bunch of volunteers to help us build a garden. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I forgot my cue. Okay. So we also help women in farming. We help them we help them build a livelihood by far we help them build a livelihood by building them by helping them build farms and stuff and yeah we help them in their livelihood by building farms so that they can be self-sufficient and also sell those vegetables. Yeah, making it local. Yeah, this is an example of one of those farms. It was back in 2019, I think. We also help build school micro farms. It's self-explanatory. We build gardens in schools for which can help in like feeding programs, things like that. We also help people build their farms in hospitals so that the patients can get locally grown and healthy food. Okay. Okay. To end this, I present you with a quote from Greta Thunberg. And now I will pass the floor to my father. Okay, thank you. I was kind of anxious.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. I hope you have shared a little bit of what we're doing in Zamboanga. And Kids Farm really started as Raina's idea to help her school garden. And as a parent, I realized that if a kid can suggest a solution to a problem in a community, how much more we as adults, parang kailangan nating mahiya na wala tayong ginagawa. So that's essentially it. So that's our journey from being an idea to where Raina is now, standing in front of you, sharing some of the things that we're doing. And I'm so inspired by the gesture, or essentially the interest of my kid and some of the young people we have worked in Zamboanga. And I realized that indeed everyone has a role to play in the solution to the pressing issues in our community. Hindi kailangan grandiose yung mga solutions na ipopropose ninyo. As little as creating your small patch of garden in your house can mean a lot in addressing the many problems that we're facing right now. And I guess it all boils down to what is happening in our planet today. Small actions do build up, and it will build up to address a bigger problem that we're facing, which is climate change. So, and the sad thing about climate change is that it's not the future, it's the present, and it's affecting our food security and the future. Hello, and it's affecting our food security. Sorry, hello? Yeah, it's affecting our food security in a sense that it can cripple down the 4 pillars of food security. Access to food, even the quality of the food that we're eating will be affected by climate change. And we have seen this happen, no? We are a country that is number 3 in terms of vulnerability to climate change impacts. And the sooner you and I can figure out a way to address this, the better for us, because the bigger challenge that we'll be experiencing on top of climate change is really how to feed the ever-growing population. So according to the report, it's going to be 9.6 billion people on planet Earth by year 2050, and we will need at least 3 planets to sustain our way of life. Ibig sabihin, 3 planets worth of food, water, resources, and others. But the sad thing is that we don't have a second planet, right? And worse, we don't have a 3rd planet. We only have 1 planet. So we're very much passionate about these realities because it concerns not only us like parents, but I guess you kids. No? 2050 is your year. You'll have families. And I can only imagine what type of world that will be if you all live in a situation where everyone is hungry and a lot of people are experiencing malnutrition and food insecurity. So the sooner we can figure this out, the better. And how to feed the world is one of the biggest challenges that we'll be facing in the near future. The other aspect of it is what we call this one, urbanization. And a lot of you here are living in cities. Now, we all live in cities. In fact, Philippines is 52% highly urbanized. And this is going to be the future. A lot of people will migrate to cities, and cities will be the center of migration. And it also pertains to demand for food, for water, and a lot of things. And this is a risk, at the same time an opportunity, because what we're trying to do in Kids Who Farm is to exemplify, to create a model that being a community can be done, addressing our food system in a sense that we're going to work this locally. Creating what we call a localized food system is doable. And it all starts with all of us working together. According kay Wendell Barry, if you know him, he's a great writer, poet, agriculturalist. Eating is an agricultural act. So we should not delegate food and agriculture lang sa mga farmers natin, but for as long as you and I consume food, we are part of the solution. And I'm so happy seeing young people here. Marami din dito nag-aaral ng agriculture, which is really good. But at the end of the day, you should realize that even if you're not a farmer, you're an ordinary student, you're a worker, You're all part of the food system. And dapat pag-usapan natin yan. Paano ba natin magagawa yan in its simplest term? That is what we call plant your plate. Grow your own food. And the importance of new technologies in urban food production is critical in addressing our food sustainability. And building the life skill of each and everyone is important. Di ba sa bahay, tinuturuan tayo how to, we should eat healthy food. We should finish the food on our plate. But it's very rare, like for a city kid, na tinuturuan siya ng parent niya paano mag-grow ng food. And that's why we're here. Because we realize that it's that aspect of food production or appreciation of food na nakulang. Na pag wala siya, hindi matutugunan or hindi ma-understand ng mabuti ng bata ang importansya ng food and farming. No? So, one of the ways that we promote this is through technology. And we figured out early on that dapat multiple production systems. So you can grow food on soil using urban agriculture technologies, container gardening, and so on. But there's also this new technology that is based on soilless agriculture. So ito yung hydroponics. No? How many of you here know about hydroponics? At least yung na-meet niyo yung word. How many of you here are growing food using hydroponics technology? Wala. So that's why you're here. So this is not really the technical aspect kasi mamaya magtuturo naman tayo. But I'm just going to share a little bit of the hydroponics pasa-masa that we're doing. Because it's really about simplifying hydroponics kasi pagdating sa community, when you say hydroponics, parang napaka-intimidating niya. Parang pag hydroponics, parang pang mayaman yan. Di ba? Parang pag may pera ka lang, makikita kasi nila na mga systems are all active, connected to a particular power, and so on. But this one, we wanted to simplify it so that everyone can participate in the solution. If you all know how to grow food using hydroponics, you can actually participate in food production. So this technology that we're teaching to the communities along with the other technologies. So we have we taught kids, students, and many other people, including our brothers and sisters in the credibility sector. And we're very much thankful of SEARCA because SEARCA provided us support so that we can train more in Zamboanga and even in the nearby areas in Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. So, it's inclusive. A kid can do gardening using hydroponics. An adult can do gardening using hydroponics technology because the technology simplified. It's simple that everyone can actually follow just 5 steps in growing food. So, just to share some of the advantages of hydroponics in our experience is that, of course, it addresses that issue of space. No? Maraming nagsasabi na, hindi ako makapagtanim kasi walang lugar. So sabi ng kaibigan namin sa Davao, si Jojo Rom, limited spaces need wider mindsets. So kung walang lugar, hanapan ng paraan. And then, it can produce faster and higher yield, less pests and diseases. It saves a lot of water, and you can actually grow practically a lot of vegetables kahit off-season, and it's inclusive. And so, I'm just going to run through some five steps. Pag nagtuturo kami, 5 steps lang naman yun. Parang step 1 to 5, para maalala nyo. So yung step number 1 in hydroponics is that you make your grow box. So we'll demo that later. Number 2, you germinate your seedlings. Number 3, you add nutrient solution and water. Grow to harvest, and then you build your greenhouse or grow house if you are aiming for a bigger production. Pag konti naman, di okay lang naman. So, I'm going to give you some photos, example of technology na sasasabi nyo na kahit pala ganitong mga bagay-bagay sa bahay, you can actually take advantage. Like fruit box, you can use ice cream tub, you can use PVC pipe. Yeah, if you're going to use PVC pipe, you're going to have some power tools, no? So you can drill holes and so on. If you don't have a tool, you can borrow. you can use wooden box and covered with tarpaulins. During the elections, we received a lot of donations for used tarps, campaign tarps that we used to cover the grow boxes. So, easy naman, nakita nyo. So, name your personality, meron kami nun. Yan. And you can even use bamboo. You have bamboos there, yes. You can create a box made of bamboo, cover it with an insulation foil, which you're familiar with, yung nagamit natin sa roofing natin for insulation and so on. Yeah, you can grow a lot of different types of lettuce, for example. And even your jars. No? Malapit na yung December, maraming gumagawa ng salad and all. So don't throw your kaong jar because you can actually grow food there. And pet bottles, no? This is very abundant. Marami sa atin pa rin ay gumagamit ng pet bottles, no? And even milk boxes. So kung may mga kaibigan kayong may coffee shop, pwede niyong hingin yung milk box nila. And this is one of our projects where we involve PWDs in hydroponics. So we work with the PWD Federation of Zamboanga. So yan, kayang mag-grow ng gulay sa isang milk box. So in hydroponics, one of the important components is the solution, the nutrients for the hydroponics. And for those agri students, we know that plants need nutrients from the solution itself, from air. And the good thing about hydroponics, it's a complete meal for the plant. So it's in liquid form or in solid form, you can just dilute it. And it makes growing food in a way easier because the plants get their nutrients 100%. Walang latak, no? Hindi na mas-stress yung tanim na maghanap ng pagkain. And one more good thing about this, especially in the time of e-commerce, is that you can just simply add to cart if you want to buy. So, yeah. And the good thing about here in Laguna is that you have your own IPB na may SNAP solution na binibenta. So you can buy. In Zamboanga, we cannot buy SNAP. No? So, and there's a lot of brands you can use. No? So for starters, kung may Shopee kayo or Lazada, you can buy there, no? If you want to really start. So walang reason that you cannot do it. So this is the grow house I'm sharing. So made of purpose material, either it's bamboo, lumber, or whatever, kahoy na meron kayo sa bahay. The only thing that you need to buy is the UV plastic as a cover. And there you go, you can already have your mini greenhouse. So hindi niyo na kailangan magtayo ng mga expensive greenhouse. Kahit pwedeng yung gamitin, malunggay na puno, pwede nyo gamitin yon. Be creative, be innovative, find ways. And yeah, if you are aiming for a bigger space and if you wanted this to be a business, you can follow one of our friends in Capi, si Emmy, who's a Young Farmers Challenge awardee from capital of 50,000. She was able to establish a 2,000 head capacity of lettuce using Kratky hydroponics. So again, it's fun and easy. Even Raina's sister is enjoying her lettuce and kale and so on in our small hydroponics garden. So I'm coming from a place in Mindanao that one of the biggest challenges in our area is, as you all know, is peace and hunger. And when you talk about Mindanao, parang the usual response is, magulo ba doon? May gera ba doon? And it's not completely true. Before, yes, pero ngayon, it's a peaceful place, peace-loving people. And I realized that what we're doing, in a way, addresses the issues of peace and education. Because if there's hunger, there's going to be instability. So the sooner that we can do something about this type of interventions on a small scale, we can help peace prevail in our community. And sabi ni Raina, she's used to doing more than talking less. So, and I appreciate so much your encouragement for her. this afternoon, and hopefully our sharing will not end here in this room. When you go to your communities, please do something about the issue, as small as starting your own garden at home. And if you want to reach out to us because you want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to us. And we are on social media. Thank you so much for your time. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Monsi, and thank you, Raina, for introducing Kids Who Farm, for telling us your story. Ibang taon si Raina nung naisip niya to?
9 years.
She was 9 years old. Anong ginagawa niya nung 9 years old kaya? Who's below 20? Please be truthful. Below 20? Oh, okay. What were you doing when you were 9 years old? So thank you. It's quite inspiring, no? Seeing how a 9-year-old can think of something like this, and now it has expanded to touch on very important issues. We have gender concerns. We have working with people with special needs, PWDs. We're now touching on issues of peace and hunger, no? See what a 9-year-old can think, tayo pa kayang mas matanda na sa 9-year-old, right? Parang hindi kayo nag-agree, right? Can I have more energy? Okay, let's see if we can we can test that. No, Monsi presented us with 5 steps. 5 steps, right? Who can cite one? 5 steps in making in starting your box, no? Anyone? Yes. Make your grow box. And boast of your gift from us. Para maingit sila. Come on, she said make your growth box. Tama naman, no? We have to start there. And as Monsi said, we can do it from a whole range of things. No, from ice cream tubs. Now you have another way to repurpose your ice cream tubs other than putting raw tilapia in them. Right? So you can transform it into your grow box. Who can cite another? Yes, sir. Use the microphone. That's which step? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, very good. From SEC. Congratulations. There. O, nabuhayan kayo ng diwa. So let us now proceed to the next part of the session. I'll just share my screen so that our friends who are following via live stream will also see this. Mag-iisip na sila ng mga sagot sa tanong kasi gusto din nilang makakuha ng gift. Right? Anyway, our next speaker and this session will be entitled Food for Tummy and Thought. Now touch your tummy and where you're thinking, your thought. The Philippine Association of Nutrition, Alpha Omega Chapter, and the UPLB Institute of Human Nutrition and Food will present the importance of being mindful of healthy diets and share essential practices and tips as well in preparing healthful food, especially for young students. So from growing your food to preparing your food. Let us now welcome our resource person for this session. We are very fortunate to have with us a licensed nutritionist dietitian from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños batch 2020. So you're a pandemic graduate, right? He's now associated with UPLB's Institute of Crop Science. Let us welcome King Philip Alcantara. We're not brothers. I know what you're thinking. Let me just share his presentation and I'll be out of the picture. Oh, nabuhayan talaga kayo ng diwa. Anyway. There. Once again, let's welcome Philip.
Hello. And so good afternoon. I'll be talking about healthy diets and the importance of a healthy diet. Ano ba? Ayoko yun.
Yeah.
So what is a diet? When we talk about diet, ang unang pumapasok sa isip natin is weight loss. But a diet is actually all the foods and beverages that a person eats or drink. So kung sa weight loss, that is a reducing diet. And so now that we know the definition of a diet, let's go now to what is a healthy diet. This is from the National Nutrition Council. A healthy diet is one that is able to maintain energy balance, to carry out everyday tasks, and to ensure proper functioning of the body. So highlighted dyan yung energy balance. What is energy balance? To visualize, when energy in is less than energy out, meaning you expend more than you consume, it will lead to weight loss. When energy in is greater than energy out, meaning you eat more than you expend, it will lead to weight gain. So energy balance is somewhere in between. It is when energy in is equal to energy out. So meaning you expend what you consume. So that's energy balance. And it will lead to weight maintenance. And another definition from the National Nutrition Council, it provides all the nutrients in the right amount needed by the body to function properly. So by all nutrients, it includes vitamins, minerals, macro and micronutrients. And then last definition of a healthy diet, this is from the World Health Organization. A healthy diet helps to protect against malnutrition in all its forms, as well as non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases, also known as lifestyle diseases. Bakit lifestyle diseases? The onset of these diseases, one of the factors is poor lifestyle choices. Sedentary lifestyle, improper diet, smoking, drinking. Examples of non-communicable diseases are diabetes, some forms of cancer, and then heart diseases. And also highlighted in this slide is malnutrition. So when we talk about malnutrition, ano ba yung usually pumapasok sa isip natin? Anyone? Sige po. Yung, ayan.
Pas po ba? Ano? Yung ano po, yung sobrang kapayatan kasi wala pong nutrition na pumapasok sa katawan po.
Ayan, tama, di ba? So pag when we talk about malnutrition, it's always about hunger. Mga batang skin and bone, sobrang payat. But malnutrition is much more than that. We have different forms of malnutrition. And so undernutrition is just one. We also have overnutrition. This includes overweight and obesity. And then we also have micronutrient-related malnutrition. You can have a normal weight but still be considered as malnutrition because you lack the essential micronutrients needed by the body. Okay, so now that we know what a healthy diet is, why do we need to be mindful of healthy diets? Let's look at the data. And from the World Health Organization again, non-communicable diseases or NCDs kill 41 million people each year. It is equivalent to 74% of all deaths globally. Again, we know that non-communicable diseases can be prevented by healthy diets. Another one, overweight and obesity slightly declined in 2019, but still, 1 in 3 adults are overweight or obese. This is from the 2019 Expanded National Nutrition Survey conducted by the Food and Nutrition Research Institute. Again, overweight and obesity is a type of malnutrition. Again, from the 2019 ENNS, high fasting blood glucose continues to increase. Impaired fasting glucose increased more than threefold over the past decade. So this is connected to another non-communicable disease, which is diabetes. And this is undernutrition. Chronic energy deficiency increased in 2019. Ayan. So now na alam na natin yung data, how can we achieve a healthy diet? First, meron tayong mga nutrition tools. What are these nutrition tools? I have, meron ditong dalawa, the Daily Nutrition Guide Pyramid and the Pinggang Pinoy. The Daily Nutrition Guide Pyramid is similar to the traditional food pyramid from elementary. Alam niyo naman yan, di ba? Alam niyo yan? Okay, so di ba meron tayo dun Go, Grow, and Glow foods. The difference here is meron na siyang serving sizes. Hindi na lang siya Go, Grow, and Glow. We have a different DNG pyramid for different age groups. So this is for 18 to 39 years old. So if you, this is per day basis. So ayun, we have water and beverages, rice products, corn, root crops, bread, noodles. Those are the Go foods, carbohydrate-rich foods. And then we also have the vegetables and fruits, Glow foods or body-regulating foods. And then we also have milk products, eggs, shellfish, and mga protein-rich foods, bodybuilding. And then at the top of the pyramid, we should consume less of that. It is essential, pero hindi dapat siya kasing dami ng intake ng mga nasa baba are the fats and oils and sugars and sweets. And then we also have the Pinggang Pinoy. It is a healthy food plate for Filipinos. Ideally, this is what a healthy food plate should look like. And so we have the Go foods, the Grow foods, and the Glow foods. Hindi naman necessary na kung ano yung nakikita nating icons dyan, yan na lang yung i-consume natin. So, hindi laging fish, banana, malunggay, and rice. We can substitute from the different food groups. It's available in the food pyramid. Ayan. Yung Pinggang Pinoy naman, if the DNG pyramid is per day basis, Pinggang Pinoy is per meal basis naman. Ayan. This one is from the Nutrition Month Talking Points in 2019. In 2019, the theme for the Nutrition Month is kumain ng wasto at maging aktibo. Push natin to. Ayan. So it highlights the importance of healthy diet together with exercise. So the recommendation for a healthy diet, it should include vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, and whole grain. Pero hindi na siya specific dyan kasi makikita naman siya again dun sa Daily Nutrition Guide Pyramid and the Pinggang Pinoy. And another recommendation, less than 10% of total intake from free sugars, approximately 50 grams, or 12 level tablespoons. Ayan, so 12 level tablespoons lang dapat of sugar per day. And imagine how many tablespoons of sugar na agad sa mga sugar-sweetened beverages na iniinom natin. Next is less than 30% of total energy intake from fats. And then less than 5 grams of salt per day. So ayan yung recommendations for a healthy diet. Ayan, let's go naman to the principles in planning a healthy diet. First is adequacy. A healthy diet must provide all the essential nutrients sufficient to maintain health. And again, this is from the definition of what a healthy diet is. It should provide all the essential nutrients sufficient to maintain health. And then in order to achieve adequacy, our diet needs to have balance. It is consuming the right amount of each type of food. So ayun, from the Pinggang Pinoy, nakita natin, we have Go, Grow, and Glow foods. So ayun. And then calorie control. The amount of energy consumed should be equal to the amount of energy expended. This again is from the energy balance. And the nutrient density, to eat well without overeating. Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Meron tayong tinatawag na nutrient dense foods. These are foods na, ang example nito ay fruits, vegetables, whole grains. And then we also have empty calorie foods, meaning the caloric contribution from these empty calorie foods is mainly from fats and oils and sugars. These are your sugar sweetened beverages, chips, refined carbohydrates, like bakery products, cakes. Ayan. So less of the empty calorie food and more of the nutrient density foods. Next is moderation. We have a saying, lahat ng sobra ay nakakasama. So everything in moderation pa rin. It contributes to adequacy, balance, and calorie control. Next naman is variety. Selecting foods from the different food groups. Katulad nung sinabi ko kanina about Pinggang Pinoy, hindi naman necessary na always fish, banana, malunggay, and rice. You can substitute from the different food groups and to ensure variety. And this is an example of a breakfast from Pinggang Pinoy. This is for male, and the other one is for female. This is for ages 18 to 59 years old. So as we can see, we have the Go foods, the rice, Grow food, bangus, and then Glow foods. It's divided into two, fruits and vegetables. This one is for lunch, and then for supper. And para naman sa mga students na laging on the go, this is the easiest that I can think of. First is overnight oats. Alam niyo ba yung overnight oats? It's 1 part oats and 1 part milk. You prepare it at night and then lagay mo lang sa ref and then it's a breakfast na. So ayun, kompleto pa rin yung components of a healthy diet. We have Go, Grow, and Glow foods. Go from the oats, Grow from the milk, and then Glow from fruits. And then another one, sandwiches. You can prepare the meat, the spread at night, and then use it in the morning. And then you can use the lettuce that you planted from your hydroponics. And then bread for carbohydrates. And last is consistency. Hindi naman pwede na because narinig nyo lang today what a healthy diet is gagawin nyo lang siya today. In order to reap the benefits of a healthy diet, we should be consistent. Isama na natin siya sa lifestyle natin and not just because narinig nyo lang na maganda pala yung healthy diets. Ayun. And here are my references. And then, if you want to, you can search the Daily Nutrition Guide Pyramid in the Pinggang Pinoy from the FNRI website. And then yung recommendations on what we should eat on a daily and on a per meal basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Gutom na kayo? Okay, so we have a bit of time for some questions. Do you have questions that you'd like to throw to Philip? Charles? Yeah, but you won't be entitled to this. Sorry.
Hi, Philip. Hi, Philip. Regarding doon sa I think nasa go siya yung bread. Bread is too broad. And bread, not all kinds of bread are healthy. There are breads that full of sugar. Meron may mga bitchin yung iba. Then some of them are too greasy. What kind of bread do you suggest na yung healthy kind of bread? Thank you.
It is actually recommended na more on whole grains, whole wheat bread, instead of the refined or the white bread. Kasi it's, ayun nga, more sugar than white breads. And then yung whole wheat bread naman, it's mas marami siyang fiber to help aid in digestion.
Thank you. Kasi yung thinking ng mga matatanda, like when it's bread, no, kahit anong bread, it's healthy. May sakit, so kumakain sila ng mga bread. So it's not healthy naman. So I think siguro we have to be specific on what kind of bread ang ilalagay natin dito. Kasi, it's really confusing. It's too broad. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. Thank you. We have one more question for Philip. Come on. Yes, Janine. You can sit down, Philip. It's okay. We're casual.
As ko lang po, if mag-change po ng diet, need po ba ng dahan-dahan or okay lang po ng biglaan ng diet?
Ano ba yan? Is it for reducing diet or...
Reducing po, if ever.
For reducing diet, hindi siya dapat binibigla. So, uti-uti lang. Masama din kasi yung biglang shift from high-calorie diet and biglang baba.
Thank you po.
Around, siguro around 500, bawas ng 500 calories per week.
Yeah. So, would you approve of this calorie counting measures?
Yes, it is very important po yung calorie counting kasi ayun,
Intake and-
we can ensure energy balance pag nag-start tayong mag-count ng calories.
All right, thank you. I have a question, sorry, hindi ko ito mapapalampas. You see that the plates kanina, how many cups for women? How many cups for men? Totoo ba yun? Mas malakas kumain yun. mas matakaw yung mga lalaki.
Actually, for men, it's 1.5.
1.5, okay.
Ano na po siya? Physiological.
Physiological, okay. Thank you. I get to keep this. No, kidding aside. We have thank you, Philip. We have a question from Agribusiness Society towards to be addressed to Kids Who Farm. So, you can use this.
Sorry. All right, this is for Kids Who Farm. Actually, I was thinking earlier if Kids Who Farm is a social enterprise or an NGO. Can we clear on that?
Okay, hello, yeah. We started as an advocacy initiative, but since we are already legal, we're registered with the Securities and Exchange, we're registered as a non-profit, as an NGO, non-profit, but we are, in our articles, we are allowed to operate a social enterprise. Say, for example, what we're doing right now is like yung pinaka-basic lang, yung selling shirts. Yeah, so we can have a sort of parang at least man lang to cover some of the logistics. Kasi all of us are volunteers, no? So, and wala namang sinusweldohan except for the gardener doon sa micro farm namin. Yan.
Ayan. I'm not familiar with the mix and match of an NGO and a social enterprise. But my question is on what are the challenges you are encountering as a mix and match of an NGO and a social enterprise? Maybe we can cover on the aspects of business functions like that po.
Yeah. Yun nga when we participated in a lot of mga startup challenges, kami always yung kami yung dark horse. Kasi hindi kami for profit, hindi namin pwedeng pag-usapan yung mga founders agreement ganyan, no. So but yung challenge lang always naman ng NGO is that given that you wanted to progress in the long term, how you can generate resources to carry out your projects. And of course, you're not allowed to get investments na merong, alam, parang sa Shark Tank, parang gano'n, no? Hindi pwede yun, no? Normally, it's philanthropic funding or a sponsorship like what SEARCA is doing to us, or a grant, or you're allowed to do social enterprise
Meaning to say, yung inyong kita ay hindi hahatiin ng founders, but it will be plowed back to a project sa ano ninyo. So the challenge there is that you need to be more creative. So it really pays to have a good vision about your startup idea. And fortunately for us, when we started, a lot of the things naman na ginagawa namin ay as like the founders ay out of the pocket, and then some of the friends are helping us. But as we progress and they have seen the vision of the organization, nagkakaroon na rin ng traction. So it might be, it's not necessarily financial resources, but in-kind resources like for the communities that we have, may nagbibigay ng mga seeds, ng mga equipment, ng mga inputs, and that's already a big support, no, for us to operate and create impact. Yeah.
Thank you. Your name?
Ranel po.
Ronda. Thank you, Ronda. Well, do we still have questions from the group? You're too hungry already? Okay, with that, let us thank our resource persons for this afternoon. But this is not the end of the activity. The more fun part will follow soon. But may I call on Raina, Monsi, and King Philip here in front, together with our youth lead, Sunny Pasona, for the presentation of a simple token. So we see from this afternoon's presentations the connection between the connection among production of food, the consumption of food, and the enterprise involved in it. So once again, thank you, Kids Who Farm, Monsi, and Raina. And then King Philip Alcantara. Let's clap our hands for them.